Namah Shivaya. In the first part, we have seen the definition of environment and what are the various uh, factors or what are the various components of the environment. Today, we will see what we will discuss about each and every component of environment. We'll discuss the first component of the environment, that is natural environment. So what a natural environment consists of? Natural environment, the word environment has started from a French word that is known as environnement, meaning neighborhood. Therefore, the natural environment consists of land, water, air, plants, and animals. So these comprise the natural environment. Now, we are very much familiar with the meaning of lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. So we will discuss in detail each one of them. So what does a lithosphere mean? A lithosphere is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. It is known as lithosphere. It is made up of rocks and minerals and covered with a thin layer of soil. It is having irregular surface with various landforms. They are known as mountains, plains, and plateaus, and valleys also. So these various landforms are found all over the continents and as well as the ocean floors. And lithosphere is the domain, or domain means is the base on which that provides us the forests, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture, human settlements, and also it is an important source of mineral wealth. I repeat, the lithosphere consists of the hard top layer of earth, or it is a solid crust. Crust means the outermost covering of any surface. It is known as crust. The lithosphere consists of rocks and minerals and covered by a thin layer of soil. It is having a very irregular surface with various landforms. Landforms means the different types of lands, that is mountains, plains, plateaus, and valleys. You all must be aware that what are mountains. Mountains are whenever two landforms they cross one upon other, then a mountainous ranges forms. Then plains. Plains whenever the rocks they weathered so that to a very fine particle and it is on a flat surface, then it is known as plains. Plateaus, whenever on the top of any hilly rock or mountainous surface, then like a table we can say they are known as plateaus. And valleys, any stretch of land or any plains that is enclosed by two mountainous ranges, they are known as valleys. Now lithosphere is the basic strata or on the basis of which, or we can say the domain that provides us forests, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture, and human settlements. And it is also an important source of mineral wealth. In this diagram, you are able to see these are the biosphere, then the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, and the lithosphere. Please see this diagram very carefully. Now, in your what you want to do in your copy, make a list of different uses of water in your daily life and where does the water you use in your home and school come from? Please write it in your notebook, that where the water in your homes as well as in your school comes from. In your school, the water comes from the boring that we have dug from the ground. It is a groundwater. Then make a list. What are the different uses of water in your daily life? And are you wasting water in your daily life? If yes, then how? Then the next domain we will see, the domain of water is referred to as hydrosphere. So what does hydrosphere mean? The domain of water is often referred to as hydrosphere. It comprises of various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, and oceans. It is essential for all the living organisms. The atmosphere is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. The gravitational force of the earth holds the atmosphere around it. It protects from harmful rays, scorching heat of the sun. It consists of a number of gases, dust, and water vapor. The changes in the atmosphere produce changes in the weather and climate. Then last one is the biosphere. Plant and animal kingdom, they together make biosphere or the living world. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water, and air interact with each other and support the life. This is a very important definition. Please underline in your book. So what does a biosphere mean? The biosphere means it is a narrow zone of earth where land, water, and air interact with each other and support the life. It is known as biosphere. Then the next important thing what we will discuss is ecosystem. So what do you mean by an ecosystem? An ecosystem is an system that is formed by the interaction of all the living organisms with each other, with physical and chemical factors of the environment in which they live, and are linked by transfer of energy and material. This is a very important definition. You all have to practice it and remember it. I repeat, what is an ecosystem? The ecosystem, it is a system that is formed by an interaction of all living organisms with each other, both physical and chemical factors of environment that they live in, and they are linked by transfer of energy and material. For example, we are all dependent on farmers for our rice and dal. Farmers are dependent on sun rays. Farmers are dependent on the soil, the saplings. They used to plant it on their fields. They are dependent on the on chemicals that helps to protect from various fungus, weeds, or some insects that protect the plant. So all these things, whenever all the living organisms they interact with each other and they help us to sustain a suitable life, it is known as an ecosystem. Then we will discuss an ecosystem. So this is an example of an ecosystem. So all plants, animals, and human beings are dependent on their immediate surroundings. Often they are interdependent on each other. So this relation between living organisms as well as the relation between organisms and surroundings forms an ecosystem. There could be an ecosystem of large rainforest, grassland, desert, mountains, rivers, ocean, and even a small pond. So these comprises of an ecosystem. Then the last thing we will discuss about the human environment. Human beings interact with the environment and modify it according to their need. Early humans adapted themselves to natural surroundings. This led to a simple life and fulfilled their requirements from the nature around them. With time, their needs grew and they became more varied. And they learned to grow crops, domesticate the animals, and lead a settled life. The wheel they invented, surplus food they produced, then barter system engaged. Barter system means whenever whenever we exchange some important items with other items. Suppose I am having a rice and you are having a dal. If I give 1 kg of rice to you, you will reciprocate by giving me 1 kg of dal. So this is known as barter system. Then with the emergence of the barter system, then trade and large scale commercial production of food items, they started. For easily transportation of food items from one part to other, then transportation have started. So information revolution and communication, so they all started to help us in, or in return, these are some of the impact to human environment. So what these things, this section tells us, a perfect balance is highly necessary between natural and human environment. Humans must learn to live and use that environment in a very harmonious way. So all of you, please write down the question answers. If you have doubt, please ask me. Thank you. Namah Shivaya.